And good evening. This is MDS. Surprise to the listener right now. As I'm opening right now. Yeah. This is Mr. Duck Senju MDS. You guys are listening to Shootin' the Breeze, episode 35. Well, I am having a relatively good day. I'm actually really full. But as always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, the actual host of the show, TakersMinion. How are you?
I am well, sir. Good morning to you from the United States.
Good morning to you all the way from Kyoto, Japan.
Yes.
How are you?
Honestly, I'm tired, but I'm awake. I haven't slept yet.
Shit. Didn't I hear that you already had, 13 days of work nonstop?
Yeah.
By now? Yeah. So
I'm off Monday, finally. So
definitely.
I got to pay the day back when to the guy who's covering for me on Monday.
Oh. That's
no big deal.
Yeah, you give some, you take some. That's how it is.
And currently we're joined by George Atsaves, also known as Curtain Jerker to those of us in the know. How are you this morning, George?
Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for having me on your show today.
No problem. I had, I figured I would ask after what happened to you Thursday night.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
The technical difficulty.
We had some computer issues, some internet issues, but I am back 2 days later, ready to rock and roll.
Yep.
Gentlemen, how are you today? Are you both doing well? Besides the fatigue, Mr. Minion?
Besides the fatigue, I'm doing well.
Like I said, I'm good. I'm actually very full. I just ate I think I just ate Indian curry, which I like better than the regular Japanese curry. So
nice.
And
it was hot too.
Yeah, it was spicy. Because the difference between Japanese curry mainly and your traditional Indian curry is that mainly it's sweeter. This one is just sweet and spicy. More spicy than sweet.
So you're going to pay for it later.
I am going to pay for it later.
My go-to food for wrestling pay-per-views is Thai curry from the place down the street from me.
Wow.
The green Thai curry. I'm a big fan of that.
Oh,
on a bed of white rice with a little chicken chopped in there. That's my go-to. And the place right by my house has it for fairly inexpensive, and it's a good quality.
The problem is where I live, we don't have Thai food. I've been dying for some pad see ew.
Oh, yeah. That sucks.
That sucks. I mean, green curry is
Mr. Minion. Mr. Minion, if you're coming to All In September, we'll get some Thai curry.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be there at All In, but I might be there for. I'll try to get there for some Cubs games, especially with the
Cubs games.
Playoff.
Money in the Bank / NXT is here.
Yeah,
back-to-back nights.
Mm-hmm.
I think June, early June, which, as you know, is right when the weather breaks at Wrigley. So you can potentially do Cubs and then wrestling, your two favorite things.
Yeah, and the early part of June, I celebrate a birthday then too.
Hey,
yeah,
good stuff. Happy almost birthday. In 3 months.
Matter of fact, it's exactly 3 months.
Ah, God. It is exactly.
Gentlemen, set the scene for us. What are we talking about today?
Okay, so I think there's a lot to talk about. We're talking about Fastlane and how it's slow as molasses, anyways. In terms of how we're going in and then we're going out, and suddenly we actually have a more clear view of WrestleMania as a whole. Mainly because, Smackdown has been shit. Raw has been fine.
It's been shit for the last 3 months.
Yeah, if not longer. I would argue that the decline it's been almost exactly a year when they started the Randy Orton Bray Wyatt feud. Like when Randy Orton was in the Wyatt family, as with his Archer turtleneck, as Bray Wyatt's stepbrother or whatever, stepson, minion.
Whatever.
There was juice there because I like Randy Orton. I'm the last guy. I am the last resident of Randy Orton Island. I'm hanging out with my volleyball. The last man on the island, like the last Japanese guys who still think the war was going on in the 50s. That's me hanging out on that island. But even I wanted a break. Even I think Randy Orton needs a character freshener or something. And that was the most interesting he's been since 2009. And they hot shot the shit out of that so we can get the projectors at WrestleMania. And ever since then, SmackDown's just kind of fallen apart.
Which was no good at all.
No. And ever since then, SmackDown's fallen apart. And
it's like after the first superstar
11
shakeup,
months?
actually, is what after they did the draft, and then they changed. They did the big shakeup of the trades and all that. And, I think getting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was a good thing. Well, it's turned out to be shit.
Wow.
And I think it's been.
And I lay all of it. I lay all of it at the feet of Brian James.
So do I. So do I. Because and obviously we talked.
He can't book anything but tag teams.
Everything is so lazy.
You look at the tag team division on SmackDown. It's strong. It's solid.
It's so good.
But the rest is shit.
Yes. The rest.
I mean, I don't know how.
He's the anti-Ghetto, because Ghetto could book singles matches. Great, but he can't book a tag team to save his life. Yeah. So if you put Ghetto and Brian James and you fuse them together, you would have like the greatest booker since like young Fritz Von Erich. You would have like the best booker since like young Vern Gagne.
Or one of the best bookers from next to Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, 40 years ago.
Dusty was a hell of a book. Hell,
yeah,
he was doing a lot of the booking down at NXT.
Random segue. There was an excellent profile on Cody and Dusty on theringer.com.
Oh, I read it.
I would highly recommend, if you have not read it, to read it. It is very
very good.
And as someone who has talked about his connection with wrestling to my father, my father's the reason I'm a wrestling fan, not a wrestler, obviously. My father's the reason I'm a fan. Cody's father is the reason he is a wrestler. Yeah. And from one son to another, it was a very touching piece, Yeah. So theringer.com is on. I don't remember the exact title, but just search Cody Rhodes or Dusty Rhodes or something. You'll find it. It's very, very good. I would strongly urge you to read it if you have not read it.
I read it, and I was
solid like 20 minutes, but it's well worth it.
It is. I mean, it's very well put. They have his wife involved in it.
Yes.
And it's very informative.
Yes, it was very, very well done, talking about the last days of Dusty and how Cody lost himself and then now has slowly found himself. So, I agree. This show is no damn good. Now I'm optimistic about the main event because
I am too.
I mean,
okay, go ahead.
But we'll get there. Let's not jump ahead. Let's not jump ahead.
All right. Because I think the whole situation because of Fastlane is when that we're feeling that kind of enthusiastic is just because that the feeling is that I think we hope that when we come out we'll see the whole road to WrestleMania picture a lot better and a lot clearer. Because like you said, after Fastlane settled, after that finishing segment and the main event had all been done dusted, we'll see each and every card leading up to WrestleMania.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. Well, I mean, we'll know for sure what the top 6-7 matches are on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we already know one of them is Brock Roman. We already know Ronda and Kurt Angle versus Team Hunter. But we'll know what AJ Styles is doing.
We know Team Hunter's going to win, of course. Kurt's going to eat the pin. Can't let Kurt be Hunter.
I don't. I think so. I think we'll get a double. I think we'll get the double submission. Here's the thing. Here's what made Vince McMahon great as an on-screen character. Vince knew that by virtue of being the boss, he could always get heat back right away.
Of course, yes.
No matter how many times he got stunned, no matter how many times he got hit in the head with a bedpan, no matter how many times he got the mandible claw, no matter how many times he got the little bang gun, Austin 360.
Yeah.
I just pissed my pants.
Yes.
He knew that just because he was the boss, that he can get his heat back right away.
Of course.
That is a lesson his children have not learned.
A quick segue on that. There was something that you talk about Austin 316 says, I just pissed my pants. There's I saw it somewhere. I can't remember where. It was on one of the shows on the network. And Layfield said that Ron Simmons turned to him and, what are you going to say no to now? After Vince Pitt literally pissed his pants on national TV, and Ron Simmons turned to him and said, what you going to say no to now?
You're not wrong.
You can't say no to anything at that point.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. You are not wrong there. The hell with it. But hey, I mean, but here's one nitpick that I can say. I do believe that this is one of the smallest match cards in recent pay-per-view history. You only have 5 going in.
Yeah, they're not. They hadn't even thrown anything on. And what the hell is going to be the pre-show match?
I don't think that they're.
Women?
No, they're not putting.
No, the tag women.
The tag. They're not.
Becky and Naomi versus
Natalya and
that could be the pre-show.
No,
I don't know. We can get some random Ty Dillinger versus Mojo Rawley thing. I guess. How many matches are on this card?
5.
Actually, there's 6.
The main event's going long between the introductions, the match itself, and whatever post-match rigmarole. That's like 45 minutes at least. If not, so the Usos' New Day is going to go long because those two get a shitload of time and they deserve it.
Yeah, it's
going
to be a good.
Only 5 matches on this card.
I'll give you an update. Actually, there's 6.
Okay, what are the matches, real quick? Run through them.
Okay,
and then we'll go detail by detail.
All right, we have singles match Nakamura versus Rusev. That's one.
Okay, that's not going to be a pre-show match.
Yeah, okay, of course. Surprisingly, you guys already said this. Becky Lynch and Naomi versus Natalya and Carmella is in the card.
Okay.
And then you have the other singles match for the United States Championship, Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton.
Okay.
Singles match for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair versus Ruby Riott.
And then the main event.
No, tag team match. Usos versus New Day.
And then so there's 6 matches. I could see no, go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's it. I just finished it.
And don't forget the 6-pack challenge.
Yeah, don't forget.
I can see like a Jinder versus Mojo. I guess they're both heels. So that wouldn't work. A Jinder versus Ty Dillinger 6-minute. You know what I'm saying? 6-minute throwaway match.
So that Jinder can start his path in mediocrity. As the mediocrity de Maharaja.
Start his path into mediocrity?
Yeah. He's there.
Start? Yeah, thank you.
He's been in the mediocrity. Even when he was WWE champion, he was mediocre at best.
Oh, mediocre on a good day.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the same guy that botches his own damn finisher, for Christ's sake.
Over and over. Multiple times.
He still ain't getting it right. Because the last 2 I saw him give on Tuesday night looked like Iranagi's, for crying out loud.
Yeah, and they're not even that difficult.
I mean, okay, fine, fair enough.
I could see a random like
squash match for
Ty Dillinger versus Mojo Rawley or something,
or Zack Ryder
just because
Mojo Rawley, just because
as the pre-show.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, with the whole amount of trash talking that Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley has received from the fans, it could happen.
I mean,
in comparison to being the most mediocre.
The booze alone.
If he's into the fruitcake, anyways, he's into the booze for the fruitcake. Who knows? Anyway, I digress on this. I mean, this is just 6 matches. 6 matches that I think we only have half of the attention. Our attention, I think. I mean, do we care about the singles match? Do we care about the tag team match? United States Championship?
I care about the tag team match because it's going to be an awesome match. No.
It's going to be an awesome match. Those guys never. That's going to be the match of the night, as far as I'm concerned. I'm saying that now.
I'm not talking about the title matches. I'm talking about just the singles matches, tag team match. Not versus
the women's tag team match.
Women's tag team match.
Oh yeah, no, I don't care about that. No.
Yeah,
and I love Becky Lynch, and I don't care.
Hell yes. I do so.
I love Becky Lynch. I love. I think Naomi is very, very talented. But
here's what I don't
understand. Here's what I understand about this show, gentlemen. Okay. And then I'll cede the floor. Yeah. You look at this roster in a vacuum. This roster in a vacuum is really fucking good.
Yes.
Yep. And yet, look at what they're presenting for us.
Shit.
I mean, I already told you guys this. I don't know if I told George, but I already told Taker. This pool of talent from SmackDown has oodles of character. Yes. Has tons of personality.
Are you gentlemen watching the Mixed Match Challenge?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm not. I do some. I gotta go back and binge watch some of it.
I would. The best match so far, Takers, is correct me if I'm wrong, MDS, because I'm a couple weeks behind. I did not see the one that just happened with
Alexa, I didn't. I didn't catch
the
that
one
one either.
before that with Finn Balor and Sasha Banks against Asuka and The Miz was excellent. The match itself is not great. It's good, but the character work that these four people do, it's
who's booking the mixed match challenge?
Once you remove the handcuffs, this roster is so talented, but they're being inhibited.
Who's booking the mixed match challenge? Does anybody know?
The present, I do you know?
Ryan Ward.
That's it.
That's it.
Ryan Ward is the producer of this, and he's off on an island by himself. Vince is letting him do his thing, and the mixed match challenge is over like you won't believe. People look forward to it.
It's very good.
You look at the promos.
Very good.
You see the promos that Team Little Big is cutting. You're gonna, Alexa say
all
you're
the
gonna
promos.
Hands. I was like, oh shit.
All the promos that everybody's cutting. You know?
Well, okay, hang on. Let me just check this. The first thing that came up,
Charlotte hitting on Bobby Roode the entire time is good stuff, and it's the weird sexual tension.
Did we see that on Monday night or Tuesday night? The Riot Squad shows up in the ring. They start getting stiff, and then Bobby Roode's music hits. She's like, hands on her chest, like over her. Oh, my hero's here.
Which is so weird if you think about it. If you think about it on a meta level, right? Charlotte Flair has a thing for a guy who's cosplaying her father. That's fucking weird. I'm sorry.
You jumped there. I didn't.
Not my business to tell anybody who they are and are not attracted to. But Bobby Roode's entire gimmick is that he's Ric Flair Jr.
Yeah.
Ric Flair's daughter has a crush on a guy playing Ric Flair. That's fucking weird.
Have I not said this more than one occasion? Yes, that Bobby Roode is a knockoff Ric Flair.
I mean, I already thought that he's knockoff Triple H.
No, he's knockoff Ric Flair.
In this gimmick, he's knockoff Ric Flair.
I mean, considering the fact that Triple H did emulate Ric Flair in a sense, and Bobby Roode is actually copied. So if so, ergo factor, dumpster fire.
I think Chris says Triple H is the dollar store Ric Flair, and Bobby Roode is the dollar store Triple H.
Yeah, he did so. No. It was the dollar store. It was the dollar store Triple H and dumpster fire Ric Flair, I think.
Yeah,
something like that.
I am not Chris. I can't.
I can't remember. Someone call Chris. But okay, the first name that actually popped up from my search is that somehow the director is Kevin Dunn.
Well, he's the director of all the
okay,
all of it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can't really find it, but anyway, let's just keep on rolling while we do is on the background. I mean,
sure.
When you don't shackle your workers, wrestlers, personalities in the ring with a whole lot of guidelines or scripts or what you need to do, what you don't need to do on air. These guys have a ton of chemistry. These guys have a ton of character.
Talking chemistry, Jesus Christ! Look at Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns on Monday night.
They have a ton of chemistry. Yeah. They have a ton of charisma. They are being held back by the presentation of this show, both on a macro level and on a micro level. Like if I gotta watch 14 jump cuts, what are you doing? What are you doing with the camera work? Yep. What are you doing with the scripted language that nobody talks like they talk in real life? Like this roster is so good and they deserve better.
They deserve better, especially on SmackDown. I don't worry much about Raw currently because Raw is just
awesome.
Raw's very good.
Raw is very good. They're putting on solid shows leading up to WrestleMania. They're already putting down the path with it. SmackDown, I don't know wherewithal that had happened. Where to start? Middle management? It's cheap booking? Lazy booking?
Lazy booking.
Where am I supposed to start? Stories that doesn't make sense? Teams that really don't attract your attention or give me a reason to believe in them, or just watch them.
Factions that are formed and there's no reason as to why.
Or some Theodore Long,
i.e. Riot Squad. Why are they there?
4-on-4 tag team match, holla, playa. Those kind of things.
There's no reason for Riot Squad. They've given us no explanation as to why Riot Squad exists as a unit.
Yes.
None.
There is none. I mean,
none.
I'm not supposed to knock on SmackDown a little bit too much, but comparing both things that has been produced by the same company, Mixed Match Challenge and Fastlane, I'm pretty sure I'm more invested in the MMC rather than the Fastlane right now.
I am too.
Yep.
Because you know what? Here, as fun as, and we've talked about this before, Takers, you and I, but and I'll expand it to include you too, Mr. Dr. Senju. As fun as work rate is, I will take a character with a story who makes sense 10 times out of 10.
Yep.
Give me something to hook onto. You know,
give me a reason. Give me a reason. Give me a reason to like or dislike a person.
Yeah. Let me tell you an example.
Okay.
Real quick, and I don't want to lose the thread here. You look at a guy like Sonata, who's an awesome worker, but is a black hole of charisma, and I don't care. He is.
He is.
But you look at, on the flip side, you look at a guy like Taichi, who is a shitty worker, but is very charismatic, and I care.
Here's one that I think you won't agree with. Look at the Tokyo Pimp himself, Yujiro Takahashi. Why does he last so long? He has character. His wrestling is shit.
But look at WWE. Look at The Miz. Like, I know the gimmick is that The Miz is some great worker. Guys, come on. Let's slow the roll. But
it's just his character that pisses me off.
And it gets you invested. And you notice how every time he loses, he stays over because he's got a great character?
Yeah.
Like, he stays on Raw. Now we're talking Raw again because you're talking about The Miz. On Raw in the women's right now, Alexa is the same as the goddamn Miz character. Alexa Bliss is the female version of The Miz.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
Alexa Bliss is she's presented far more stronger than The Miz is, though.
Right. Booking wise, she's stronger, but her character work is she is the female Miz. Simple.
Okay.
I can't stand the sound of her. I can't stand the sound of her voice. It grates on that nerve in my back that makes my legs twitch.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Huh?
He has the issue.
I know what you're talking about when we're talking about her grating on the sound of her voice. You're not wrong.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
Fair enough. I mean, okay, but let's go back to Fastlane again. I mean, we talked a lot about Mixed Match Challenge and how with just character work they actually make us sit down and watch and stay glued, stay invested in the whole thing. With this, I don't know whether I should be invested. The only thing that I would be invested a little bit is just a 6-pack challenge. Give me some credit for more tag team matches because, well, if we want to talk about the whole breadth and length of the Usos versus the New Day, I think we could compile a CD and just say this is their work. Enjoy, because they have been propping up SmackDown for what, 4 or 5 years now.
Like an old school mixtape, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Old school mixtape, old school playlist or CD burner, just saying, okay, this is the work of SmackDown Tag Team. Just these 2 guys. Just these 5 guys who are tossing titles.
There's really nobody. Although the Bludgeon Brothers, all they do is go out and squash people. They haven't had a match really that has challenged them yet.
No, they've been doing the squash way, which is fine.
It's just fine. Not yet, anyways. They're just biding our time. They're just biding the time to just introduce themselves to the Usos and the New Day, in a manner of speaking. Which again, I like it because it keeps me invested. Because there came a time when the Usos versus New Day, and then we were just wondering, okay, who's next? Who's next for these 2 people? Enter Bludgeon Brothers. That's it. Okay, now give me a reason to get invested with the Bludgeon Brothers. They just come in, they just squash people, they leave. They carry big, huge hammers. Yes, I'm invested. I'm a simple guy. I'm a simple guy with simple needs and simple entertainments. What do you expect?
I like it. You're a simple man, MDS. You want to see 2 big dudes with beards, matching pants, and big-ass hammers.
Yes.
At least they're not neck beards, right?
No, they're not neck beards.
They're
They're actual beards. They're actual beards and not neck beards. Okay. But like I said, there's nothing else to be invested. There's no story. What the hell is Becky Lynch and Naomi teaming up versus Natalya and Carmella have to do with anything? Is it going to lead up to WrestleMania? No.
Well, I think it will. Let me tell you why. Here's my prediction, and I said this on Thursday. On Two Guys, One Sport, which you can listen to every Thursday at 9/8 Central. Becky Lynch pins Carmella, or submits Carmella. Ruby Riott beats Charlotte. Carmella cashes in on Ruby Riott. Becky Lynch says, I want a title shot because I beat you. We get a 4-way.
Oh, for Christ's sake. We don't.
I'm not saying I want this.
No, God, no. No, please. Just
and I know they love their multi-women matches.
Just load the pistol and give it to me, and I'll blow my brains out now.
Taker, I already told you. This is fantasy booking at best. And somehow George is in the same way like I am.
Booking.
Well, shit, my wife says she'll do it for me, so I don't even have to get my hands dirty.
Shit, George, I told Taker about my plan, and it actually crafted with Ruby Riott winning the title on Fastlane. Suddenly Carmella.
I'm not saying I want it, but if I told, they're going to have at least one multi-women match. I would be very surprised if they have one-on-one matches for the title.
Me too. I would be very surprised. I would pleasantly surprised if they have two singles matches.
Oh, man, good problem to have. Good problem to have. But Becky Lynch beats Carmella. Ruby Riott beats Charlotte. Carmella cashes in on Ruby Riott.
Becky wants in.
Wants in because she beat Carmella that night.
Yes.
It's coming, boys.
And then we see Becky Lynch. We see Becky Lynch turn on her bestest friend, Charlotte, and takes the title.
I don't think she turns. She just goes off on her own. I think without a care because she knows that this is the way to go forward. Take care of myself. Don't trust anybody. Be the female kind of Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's it.
No, man. Becky will not win. Becky will not win at Mania. She will lose again.
Calm down.
I gotta bust his chops. You know that.
My goodness. Somehow George and I got into the same wavelength with what? Charlotte losing over Ruby and then getting cashed in on the same night. Just the only coming out leading it is different.
Coming. Winter's coming, boys.
It is.
Hell's gonna freeze, huh?
Yeah, hell's gonna freeze. If that happens, hell is definitely gonna freeze, and it's going. And think about this though. It actually goes with your. If we want to go to small segue, it actually goes with your own style of fantasy booking that Asuka will have to face Alexa. If Ruby Riott wins the title on Fastlane, her decision to go to SmackDown would just go moot. There's no rhyme or reason for her to go to SmackDown. They already have a crown. They already have a new SmackDown Women's Champion on SmackDown. As per Ruby Riott, even though she has the chance to take the title match on WrestleMania, why would she want to face a new?
You have a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania with what? Ruby, Becky, Mella.
It doesn't really need to. It doesn't really have to.
No, wait. Hear me out. Okay. And that match is no DQ. They never are. No disqualification. No count out.
They never are. They always are.
Don't forget, we got the damn Riot Squad, the two other lackeys that Ruby has, with her out there at ringside. So you can't tell me they're not going to get involved.
George, correct me if I'm wrong. Do I feel like somehow there's going to be a dissension if Ruby Riott wins? Because considering the fact that Charlotte Flair beat both Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan for the whole thing in a single title match. Somehow Ruby Riott wins it. Ooh.
I think we lost George.
I'm here. I'm just listening. No. I'm here.
No, he asked you a question. That's why it's like.
I'm sorry. You did. You asked me a question. That part I did not hear. All I heard was Charlotte Flair. What about Charlotte Flair?
Okay. Didn't Charlotte Flair beat both Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan in a singles match?
I believe so. A couple weeks ago. Yes. I don't know. They all sort of blur together at this point on SmackDown, my friend.
Yes. And don't you feel that? Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't you feel that there's going to be some slight dissension if Ruby wins the title?
No, because Ruby's the leader. But they've given us no reason why she's the leader, though.
Exactly.
So, you think this could be? Ruby is like, I want to challenge you.
Yeah, if Ruby is the mouthpiece, if Ruby isn't the leader, then she definitely is the mouthpiece. She definitely is the mouth to the piece of that is those three.
True.
Women.
Because those other two can't talk worth a damn.
Yep.
True.
So it's an option.
Are you gentlemen excited for the Battle of the Chinlocks? Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton.
I heard that on Thursday and I cracked the hell up.
Battle of the fucking Chinlocks, boys. Get ready.
That's to go get your Thai food.
That's my Thai food match. That's to go get the Thai food match.
That's my
and I love Randy Orton. I love Randy Orton. And I even like Bobby Roode. You know, I don't dislike. I thought the Bobby Roode Nakamura matches from early 2007. I thought those were good matches. Yeah, a lot of people shit on those matches. Yeah, I thought those were good matches. Yeah. I like Bobby Roode. The problem is both these guys are an entrance.
No, both of them is a finisher. You have to remember both these guys graduated from the Triple H school of wrestling.
Yep. Well, Orton wrestles like his dad.
Yeah.
Of course,
Randy wrestles old school.
Yeah, which I'm okay with.
Which I'm glad that he finally got away from the high flying shit he was doing in the early
it was
career.
Weird. He was like,
when he was going high octane, But I think that was only due because he was young. He wants to try everything under the table. Considering the fact. And Bobby Roode, he's okay. Let's cut the whole Triple H school. I think he wanted to copy what? Wanted to copy the whole Ric Flair book of wrestling. Tries and just settles for dime store Ric Flair. Mm-hmm. And well. You know that, and with all that, you know how this match is gonna go. It's gonna go slow pace. It's gonna go plotting from point A to point B. The entrance is gonna be awesome for both people, even Randy Orton for that matter. Yeah, for that, there's a positive. It's just that the only rhyme and reason that you're gonna be invested in it is that this is for the United States Championship, and that's it. Why in the hell would I have to?
Why?
There's no point.
There's no point.
It's not that there is no point. There is no story in which to suggest that the reason Randy Orton is fighting against Bobby Roode is just that he wants the title. That's pretty much it. I don't. And even with that, my voice is going to drag down. This is going to get boring and boring and boring.
It's just thinking about this match is putting me to sleep. Like I'm sitting here thinking about this match and I'm nodding off of my computer.
Oh God!
You know, like think right. This match, like, come on, guys.
I mean, okay.
Is anyone looking forward to this match? So you know how they have like the little thing where the match ends and then they show the video for the next match, and then you can always tell what the next match is. When that video starts, does anyone be like, "Oh yeah, it's time for Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode"? Let me sit up in my chair. Make sure I have my full and undivided attention. Let me ask you two questions.
Sure.
Would this match have been better or worse if Jinder Mahal had been added to it?
At least Jinder Mahal brings heat.
Yeah.
At least Jinder Mahal brings heat. Enough to heat my room for about a few hours or so, but that's just about it.
I mean, at least Jinder's got a gimmick.
Yeah, at least Jinder's got a gimmick.
What's Randy Orton's gimmick?
I don't know, be an asshole? Yeah. Be an asshole for about what? Be a huge dick for about 10 years now.
Yeah. He's been that.
I mean, yeah, I'm good.
But I also saw him here when WWE came to town as a heel, break kayfabe and give his hoodie sweatshirt to a handicapped kid over the rail.
Oh, that's so cool. Good stuff. You know what? House shows are a lot of fun.
I called him on it because I was in the heel corner, and I called him on it. He told me, shut the fuck up.
So he got his heel heat back. So he gave away the sweatshirt to the kid, and then he got his heel heat back by going after you. Yep. That's good wrestling. That's good. That's good heel work, Randy. I approve.
Thumbs up. And yet we are now trashing him for
plus I was giving him shit for being I was a Marine, so was he. but he was dishonorably discharged because he went UA Article 86.
Didn't he get like locked up in the brig for like 2 months or something too?
60 days, yeah.
Yeah, like
for something I think.
Camp Pendleton Federal Penitentiary.
He is I like Randy Orton. I've liked him a lot. He's one of the reasons why I got back into wrestling after my hiatus in 2007.
Okay.
But like this Orton needs some sort of freshener. He needs to go away for like 6 months and come back just as a new man, new character, new gimmick. Because like this Orton is just
Do you actually see Randy Orton carry another gimmick rather than the huge dick that he's being?
The huge dick with the cool finisher. That's really Orton.
That's all I ever gonna see him as the huge dick with the cool finisher.
Also,
why do I imagine now that Randy Orton is a huge dick?
Another question for you, gentlemen.
Sure.
Bobby Roode's better as a heel, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Why is he the babyface here?
I have no idea. I think they tried to.
Because Vince wants to destroy him. Because again, even though Bobby Roode is a well-established wrestler, as a heel, and he was a heel down in NXT,
and good at it.
He's one of Triple H's kids.
You're not wrong, but this Game of Thrones shit that goes on with the WWE, I just want to watch good wrestling.
But
you look at it.
Why are they working at cross purposes like this?
A lot of Triple H's kids are booked like shit.
You're right. You're right.
Becky's been booked like shit. Bailey's been booked like shit. Alexa, no. Asuka, no.
But here, wait. Alexa, though, you remember, Alexa was not an NXT star.
Yeah, she isn't.
Alexa was the
perennial
manager for Murphy and the other guy, Blake and Murphy. Thank you.
Yeah, and before that, she was the Pixie Princess, the glitter, the Pixie Princess with the glitter and all that, and she's the jobber.
Yeah, that's true.
She's the perennial jobber.
So they took the perennial jobber from NXT and made her a superstar on the main roster, but they take the superstars from NXT and turn them to shit.
Look at who else they took from NXT who was a perennial jobber and made him a superstar. Elias.
Yep.
Right.
Well, look
at Braun Strowman, who didn't even appear on NXT.
Nope, he was nothing more than a rosebud.
Yeah.
And they turned him into, oh my God, is he over though? But thank you, Roman. So thank you, Roman, for that.
He's so over.
Roman Reigns got him over.
And I think so a lot of it is Roman. And I would watch those two wrestle forever, by the way.
Oh God,
if those two decided to have like a match like every month. All right, great.
Again, if you want to compile a CD or just a mixtape, you can do that. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman.
But here, I talked about this a couple weeks ago on my show, Two Guys, One Sport, Thursdays, 9/8 Central.
Go ahead and plug away.
Braun Strowman's gimmick in the Mixed Match Challenge is so much more adult than his gimmick on Raw. His gimmick on Raw is that he is a big guy who likes to destroy things.
Yeah,
that's a little kid gimmick.
Yeah.
What's his gimmick on Mixed Match Challenge? It's
the shy.
He's the guy who. Yep.
He's the shy guy who's insecure around beautiful women.
Yeah, and you know what?
It works.
That is 100% an adult gimmick, right?
And it works. But the thing about it is, it works.
Because at the end of the day, no matter how good you look, or how big your muscles are, or how whatever, when the pretty girl walks in the room,
you'll instantly
your voice catches. We've all been there, right, gentlemen? We've all been there.
He's not the grumpy. Nope. He's not the I'm gonna do. No, he sounds more like the little kid who's like, I'm scared. I'm scared. I got the pretty girl and him catching her once, and then her basically straddle. I saw some highlights where she wound up basically straddling him near the waist, and it's like,
that is an adult. That is an adult presentation.
I was like, okay, a little bit of attitude here or there.
That's an adult gimmick, though.
So, are we saying that the whole WWE audiences is what shackles the characters?
I think it's not the audience; it's how they view their audience.
No, it's not the audience; it's USA Network.
Yes and no,
and plus WWE is publicly traded,
and their advertisers and all the rest of it.
Right,
but a lot of it is not the audience per se. But it is this company has a war with their audience. This company hates their audience.
Yeah, innocent. So there is that. I mean, okay.
All right, what else you got?
Okay, the last point for what Fastlane, the whole six-pack challenge with WWE Championship.
Sure.
I've been saying this to Taker for about 2-3 days already, and I'm gonna make this very, very clear. I am looking forward to seeing John Cena get pinned.
Think John Cena's taking a loss?
Yep.
Okay. Why?
How has John Cena been portrayed now in the past 2-3 weeks, even leading up before to Elimination Chamber?
If John Cena takes the pin, I'm going to be very mad. But go on.
Look, okay, he hasn't really embodied the whole hustle, loyalty, respect that we know he is. He's the underdog who never quits. He's the veteran at that time, and he's good at that. Right now, in about a couple of weeks already, John Cena has been portrayed as three things: desperate, frustrated, and disappointed. He needs that WWE. He needs that WrestleMania road. If he's not getting it, what would happen to his psyche? Will he snap? Will he say, "Okay, maybe this is not for me anymore"? Maybe he'll do the sensible thing and he'll walk out.
Retire, please. John Cena, has become everything he said he wouldn't. If you think about it,
he's been that even before this. He's been that one.
I'm talking about he's become Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, he's became Dwayne Johnson even after Dwayne Johnson left. To be honest, because he's already making. He's the poster child of WWE. He's already making media shows and whatnot for them. It's just that he hasn't really broken into Hollywood yet at that time. After The Rock did a few matches with him, then he got mainstream. And in a fair price of exchange, the price of that kind of fame is that in the wrestling world, he gets left behind. He doesn't want that. He wants both. He's greedy. So what happens when he loses everything? He snaps.
I can see that. What's the heat of that, George?
If John Cena, who pinned AJ Styles clean as a sheet on SmackDown, takes the pin in this match, I'll be very angry because then you have just diminished your champion again. Right? Cena beat AJ to get into this match.
Okay.
So far, everybody that's been put into this match has beat AJ at one point.
I understand that, but Cena's
Sammy
the most
did
recent.
It. Kevin Owens did it.
Yeah, those matches were clean though.
Baron didn't it, neither did Dolph.
So that's one of the two that should lose this match.
Mm-hmm.
And Baron has already made it clear, and Baron has already made it clear he's going after Cena.
Okay,
great.
Because of the failed cash-in on his Money in the Bank contract, he holds John responsible. Great piece of continuity there, but still.
True. It could use a little bit more a little bit more context, but
yeah, it was 6 months ago.
It's about there and thereabouts. Wait, no, not 6 months ago, but more than 6 months.
Oh, it was more than 6 months ago. Yeah, but it's still.
I see the point.
Give him credit for it.
I see the point. Yeah, because
how does AJ pinning Cena diminish? How does it diminish AJ? I think he would come out being stronger in the end if that was the one. If John Cena ate the pin.
If they let AJ Styles pin John Cena.
It's been 2 straight matches that Cena's beaten AJ though, clean as a sheet. You think you think they're gonna get go more 50-50 and get AJ to pin Cena?
I mean, if you want him looking strong, if you want Styles looking strong going in against Nakamura, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Remember, that's the match that everybody wants.
And that's the match that they'll bring money to. Yeah.
That match will print money.
I mean, yeah, sure. Okay, fine. Because as of this moment, gentlemen, your singles match for the WWE Championship, which is on SmackDown, is to be determined versus Nakamura.
Yep.
Let's talk about the season. We're talking about Nakamura. Let's talk about the Nakamura-Rusev match. What Nakamura is going to show up?
That is the $64,000 question, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
We know we know that Rusev could work his ass off.
That is the 1 million yen question for me.
I don't know what Nakamura is going to show up. I don't know.
Are we going to have the?
You never know from match to match which Nakamura is going to show up.
I think we're going to have the worker knocked on this one.
Then this match could be very good if it's given 12 minutes and you get the worker Nakamura. This match could be very good.
We'll know 2-3 minutes into the match whether it is or not.
Well, yeah, you're right. We'll know right away if we're getting the worker Nakamura or the show up Nakamura.
The show up Nakamura.
Show off.
No,
you're right about
the show off in the six pack. Already have the show off in the six pack. We don't need more show offs. Yeah. But yeah, that's just about it. That's about it on the 6 card. And yet still we're bored beyond belief about it. I mean, like I said, I'll keep my expectations moderate and my bar lowered on this one. The only thing that I'm looking ahead on a positive note is that, well, coming out from Fastlane.
Hopefully the road to WrestleMania will be more clear. I'm hoping, because this fog bank that SmackDown's been in is terrible.
They have been mired in fog, dipped their legs in swamp water for about what? Almost close to a year already about this. So
yeah, it's been a year.
It's been almost a year for this. Yeah.
So bad times, boys.
Bad times for SmackDown. I mean, that also leads a good segue to SmackDown. I mean, we can do that.
Sure.
Yeah. So, final SmackDown live before Fastlane. Featured
it was a show that happened.
It featured what they billed is an explosive fatal 5-way main event, featuring 5 of the 6 superstars.
Which happened, believe it or not, after a match that was actually very good. I have to give props to this match of AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler.
Oh
yes, it was good. It was a
very good match between the two of them. They were working really well together. Great chemistry, all of it. It was working. And then Sammy and Kevin came out and did their shit.
Not
a fan.
Not a fan of it.
I'm not a fan of those two together.
I think Sami Zayn is excellent in this role. I think Kevin Owens is not.
I mean,
that's not exactly a hot take, though.
That's fine. No. Kevin Owens as the leader, I just don't see it. Sammy as a sidekick, yeah, I can see him as a sidekick with somebody, but Kevin.
No, of course not. The guy is the one who plays alone. Even if he has friends, he'll stab his friends in the back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see Sammy stabs Kevin.
I mean, yeah, because of these two's history.
It's like Baron Corbin, a lone wolf.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard her. She said Owens is like Baron Corbin, a lone wolf. He's best that way.
Except Baron Corbin's had 2 great matches on SmackDown in 2 weeks, and that Kevin Owens can't say that.
No, Kevin Owens has had garbage matches.
Yep.
As much as I would hate to rag on Kevin Owens because, well, he is Kevin Owens. It's just that ever since he lost the Universal title, he's been on autopilot for forever.
Yep. For a year. He lost the Universal title in like March of 2017. Yeah,
and just as when he lost it, he switched to SmackDown, and when he switched to SmackDown, that's when the whole him messing with middle management started to rear its head. That's where it began.
It actually began at SummerSlam, I think.
Yeah,
just been going on since SummerSlam. Now that I think about it, so that's been going on for what? Let's see, SummerSlam is in what, August?
Yeah, August.
So it's been going on since August. Here it is. It's been going on for 6 months. This middle management shit.
It feels like a year. God. But I mean, okay. Talking about Styles and Ziggler, I hope that they had more time to gel with each other because these two look great. It's just that suddenly it went disjointed when the sudden appearance of old Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn drew the disqualification. So, and then that lead to the Fatal 5-Way. Well, Fatal 5-Way I won't toss the rag and say that this is bad. This was bad because 5 guys wrestling with each other. Really, I've said it a lot of times. 5 guys wrestling against each other needs to have a story that can reel you in and keep you focused.
Yes.
If there isn't, my mind is going to be split into 5, and I have to put all of my attention on all these 5 people, and my attention span is going to be limited.
Yes, and that doesn't help anything.
Yeah, that doesn't help anything, especially when you have poor storyline backing the whole thing. It just doesn't. But again, because we're talking about the individuals here, of course, these guys are excellent wrestlers. They put a good match. It's just that story wise, I mean, I need something better. I need
anything better. Agreed.
Anything better than this. I mean, AJ Styles needs better. Sami Zayn needs better. Heck, even Dolph Ziggler needs better. He's been asking for better ever since 2 years ago. I mean, the rest of the whole SmackDown thing is fine. It's paint by the numbers wrestling. Becky Lynch defeating Carmella. The whole Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal again. It's not like I haven't really gotten bored watching Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal for the umpteenth time.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly, the whole Charlotte Flair getting some promo time with Dasha Fuentes interviewing Ruby Riott and all that, it actually got a good amount of laugh because a friend of ours, Philip Bexman, posted something on Twitter, which actually made me laugh about the whole photo that they used about how Grandma Charlotte Flair is telling off her granddaughter.
Oh yeah,
right for the.
Don't ever do this again.
Don't ever do it. Yeah. It gave me laughs, but that's just about it. I mean, that's just how monotonous and how
this show is just treading water, and hopefully when the show the Fastlane ends, we will have a clear direction to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So this is one reason why they I wouldn't have a pay-per-view between the Rumble and WrestleMania. I wouldn't do it.
Just, I agree.
Give your feuds a chance to breathe.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, though. The single biggest card that we want to watch, I think, on WrestleMania, Nakamura versus AJ Styles, he has to wait until he settles the whole 6-pack challenge.
Yeah, because the 6-pack challenge comes before one of the main events of WrestleMania. Like, that's dumb. That's so.
And then John Cena's rumored match. Who's he gonna fight? Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, to be announced, vacant. That's gonna wait after Fastlane. That story is gonna build up after Fastlane. Again, not much time to build on stuff.
No.
Fastlane has really it's slowing down the build to WrestleMania 34.
Yes.
That's just about it.
Yes.
I mean, to put it politely.
It's unfortunate.
I mean, to put it politely, the company just decided to split more pay-per-view schedules and do a dual brand format moving forward and all that. Sure, it generates more revenue. It's just that you're going to affect the whole storyline process. It's a fish out of water, basically. Fastlane is just your fish out of the water booking. So, and it really shows when you're trying to promote Fastlane on SmackDown. It really shows. I mean, the whole SmackDown Live show for this week isn't that bad. It's just your average wrestling show with your pitfalls and your peaks and valleys and all that. That's just about it. I mean, me talking about it is already dragging me to sleep.
Yeah, see, it's a nothing show. It's so skippable. There are 3 shows on Tuesday nights. SmackDown is far and away the worst of the 3.
Yes.
The 205 Live's coming around.
205 Live is excellent. It's very good.
Now that now that Enzo is gone.
Yep. And they've refocused it on wrestling. Funny how that works. Wrestling fans want to watch wrestling.
They focused it on the action. You want to build your character, but they gave you believable characters, so you wanted to.
And I mean, the possibility of a cruiserweight tag title. That's going to be great.
It's interesting to see. It's interesting to see how that's going to happen. So yeah. Okay. Enough about SmackDown. I mean, let's talk about Raw.
Sure.
before I go to sleep. Before I go to sleep talking about SmackDown. I mean, that's just how it is. But okay, that's just Ronda Rousey gets a WrestleMania match. Kurt Angle gets to make that face again.
Yeah.
How the hell? His lost. How the hell did Kurt Angle put a lost face in the middle of nowhere for the second time in a week?
Because
for the second time in 2 weeks.
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he doesn't. Either the timing is off, or he's just doing this for the comedic value of Kurt Angle GM standing alongside Ronda Rousey. I mean, would you look forward to Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle facing Team Honor? Also, with the whole rumors. Okay, go ahead.
I actually kind of am, believe it or not, looking forward to this.
Yeah. Okay.
They have sold me on Ronda Rousey.
Okay, that I can take.
They have sold me on, and I never thought it would happen, but they have sold me on Ronda Rousey. So
okay, you know what I see Ronda Rousey as, and this is something that I've not said to anybody. A wrestler that was once part of ECW.
Okay.
Was known as a submission machine. Taz.
Yeah.
Right. Taz.
Okay.
I could see Ronda being a female Taz. Not a female Brock Lesnar, mind you, a female Taz.
Well, she has.
Because she has a wide variety of submission maneuvers.
True.
Okay.
And she already got.
I see, after Stephanie, I see her next target being Sonya Deville.
Okay.
For one simple reason. They brag about Sonya Deville and her
MMA background.
Background, right.
And how she puts her hair up and square up. Yeah, those kind of things. Okay.
It's my girl. Don't you talk bad about my girl.
No, I'm not talking bad about your girl. Come on. No. Actually, I am.
Hey, I'm not talking bad about your girl. Actually, I am.
Yeah, actually. But hey, okay. I can see that storyline.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And I can see Ronda taking her out and saying, look, there's only one true MMA person here, and it's me.
And it's me. Well, okay. It ain't you.
It ain't you.
That's right.
Okay. And then again, I think your attention, George, your attention span will dissipate in quite record-breaking time when Deville gets beaten. Okay, now Ronda Rousey's my girl.
Well, as much as I like, what the fuck was that? As much as I like Sonya Deville, I'm all in on Shayna Baszler though.
Ah, okay.
I'm all in on Shayna Baszler.
The other badass MMA.
She's got the character work down too. Mm-hmm. Like I have made no bones about my distaste for Ember Moon in NXT. Her character in NXT. I'd put the rocket on Shayna Baszler. Strap that fucking rocket. Take that shit up into the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think Shayna is very, very good, and I expect nothing. And she's not young, so it's now or never. You know,
that's true. She's crossing her 30s, mid 30s now. I think.
Yeah, I think she maybe even a little later because she's older than you think.
She's 37.
Yeah, older than you think. Yeah. So it's
now or never. It's
now or never.
That's true. I mean, okay, I can see that. And yeah, even if you don't want to move to Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey is already putting some sort of heel work in her Twitter feed when people are trashing her about how she botched a Samoa drop. And then
get the fuck out of here, people. Yeah, if this is what you're doing all day, is going after people for botching a professional wrestling move that wasn't botched because she didn't trap the arm properly. Get the fuck out of here.
She didn't.
I never play this card. Get your ass in the ring and you try it and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't have the arm protecting the neck. And if you look at it, her arm wound up underneath there where it was supposed to be at the exact time of impact.
Yeah. You know what? These fucking fat neckbeard keyboard warriors. Get the fuck out of here, guys. Come on, man. This is what we're wasting our time on?
Yeah.
These people going after someone for not doing a move the way you want to not do it?
But here's something that I endear to Ronda Rousey because she actually had the balls to actually step up, do a little bit of heel or probably face turn and judo explain everything. Oh, this is not a Samoan drop. This is not a Samoan drop. This is this.
Judo explain.
Yeah.
Judo
You heard of mansplaining and womansplaining.
Yeah,
Judo
explain. That's so great.
I like it.
You made my morning, man. Judo splaining.
I mean, they're commenting about it, and no, this is not something. For example, this is not a smoke up. This is a uranage, a judo move. That's it.
Thank you. You know what? I don't mind botches unless it's like you drop a guy on someone's head, because in a real fight you're gonna have a botch.
Yes, agree.
You ever watch an MMA match?
Oh
They
yeah,
got botches all the fucking time.
yeah, they
because
do.
it's
And
a real
nobody
fight.
says shit about it.
Yeah.
No, like again, as long as you're not like dropping guy on his head or it detracts from the match. Like when Undertaker did that dive and the fat guy was supposed to catch him at WrestleMania and he landed on his head.
Yeah,
that sucked.
That sucked.
That took away from the match. But like, because he didn't trap the arm properly, like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah. I mean, okay. Here's the actual tweet. Not a Samoa drop. Her explanation, or judo explaining for this matter. Standing reverse kataguruma. That's it.
Good enough for me.
And the whole slam which put Triple H through the table at Elimination Chamber. That's not a slam. That's an uranagi. That's it. She's just few words.
She's a judoka doing judo moves.
Yes.
That's great. Great. I'm in on this. I am in on Ronda Rousey. I never thought I'd say it, but I am in on Ronda Rousey.
Initially, I was iffy because they were trying to portray her as what? The whole fangirl who's just glad to be.
Now she's the ass kicker.
Yeah,
well,
now
she's. It's like I said. I don't know if you saw it, George, but I was talking to some people, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The first time they had the thing in the ring where Ronda forced Stephanie to apologize, when she said, "If you don't, I won't hesitate to rip your arm out of its socket." I don't know if you remember that promo or not. I said the look in her eye was, "I'm gonna take your fucking arm and mount it on my wall."
Yep. You know what? Two things.
The facial expression work that she does.
Two things I would change about this Ronda. I would have her talk very little. Yeah. And I would not have had her touch Stephanie until WrestleMania. But that ship has obviously sailed.
Obviously now.
I would not have had her touch her. You save that moment for the big show. Not the wrestler. The event.
Or just do the whole predator toying on her prey.
Now we've all been watching wrestling long enough that we know there's a beatdown coming for Kurt Angle. Either Monday or like it's gonna be something where like Ronda is handcuffed to the ropes or security is holding her back and Triple H is just gonna beat the fuck out of Kurt Angle. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. And I love the role reversal that the chick is the strong one and the dude is the weak link in the tag team. I love that. I like that. I like that a lot.
And what I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if you saw it. The whole thing with Ronda and when Stephanie ran out of the ring and shit, and Ronda's watching her. You see, all of a sudden, you see Trips take 2 steps towards Ronda, and she turns and looks at him. He stops. He backed off like, oh shit.
Yep. And here's the deal. Ronda's what? 5'7" and 130 pounds,
maybe.
Right?
Yeah,
maybe.
around that ball,
give or take. I mean, she fought at. I think she fought at a $115, but obviously when you fight, you cut all the weight. You know. So I don't know what she is now, but the point is that she's, a half a foot and 130 pounds lighter than Triple H is, and he backed off like a kid.
Yeah,
I think in that moment he still remembers the whole Elimination Chamber slam.
Yep.
Correction.
And don't forget WrestleMania 31 in San Jose, where he got hip tossed by her.
Yeah. So yeah, he might have remembered the whole thing. So yeah, it's a sensible fight or flight reaction where he has to flight. He decided to just fly.
Yeah, she fought at bantam. She fought at bantamweight, which is 126 to 135 pounds.
And she's 135 pounds.
So you figure she's filled out a little bit. So she's maybe what, 140?
We'll say that 140, 140.
Because she's not cutting for a fight. Where they go through the camps and they cut the shit out of all the extra weight. Which is so dangerous. But the point is that Triple H outweighs her by 100 pounds and is a foot taller than she is, or a half a foot taller than she is, and he backed off. That's good stuff.
That that's subtle shit that I
Good
like.
stuff.
That
Yes,
is the stuff
exactly.
I like. Okay.
And I love like I said, I love the gender reversal that the girl is the strong one. That she's the cavalry. That you call the cavalry, you call her instead of calling the guy.
Yep. I could see her putting a hurting on Triple H in that match.
It's wrestling. It's wrestling. Why not?
It is.
You can do whatever you want, guys. It's wrestling. That's how it works.
And we know Trips will sell his ass off for her.
Yeah.
Just to build her character, yeah.
Yeah,
Not the one you got to be worried about for selling.
It's Stephanie.
It's a little bit less so, I think, in my side, because let's not forget she did sold Roman Reigns' spear almost as if she got.
Yes, I know.
At the time, but then she was back on Raw, and then
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, not looking too pleased, because I think she went to heaven and just came back down. Yeah. I want to go to heaven again. That's it. That's all the adult joke I need now.
Don't ever change.
I mean, okay. Another high point that I could talk about is how Paul Heyman, the whole promo about Paul Heyman responding to Roman Reigns, and that segment into which that Taker is praising, complimenting the whole thing, that this is how a promo should be cut, that looks unscripted and treads the fine line between work and a shoot. So
yeah, it did try to fine line, because even with Paul saying, you don't shoot on me, you don't shoot with me on the mic, and you don't shoot with Brock Lesnar in the ring. Mm-hmm. And then what did Roman do? He came out basically right after that was said, and he called Brock a bitch again.
But notice how the crowd didn't pop the way they did the first time? There's diminishing returns for that stuff. I think that Monday, you absolutely got to have some sort of physical confrontation. Now, whether it is, they tease something and then like all the geeks come out and prevent them from going at it, or you got to have some sort of physical angle to this, because the time for talking is done for the time being. Mm-hmm. There's like either maybe a shoving match, and then a bunch of guys come in and they separate them, or something along those lines. Yeah,
we just don't need to see the tug of war with the belt again.
No. Nobody wants that. No.
I mean, a stare down plus shove, and then getting.
I'd actually like to see them get forehead to forehead and jaw.
That's it.
Yeah, sure, but you got to have something physical. Something physical needs to happen.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. No, I can definitely see that.
But please, not an F5.
Oh no,
no spear, no F5, no. But a shoving match or a forehead to forehead or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The time for talking's over, boys.
Yeah, I mean,
Roddy Piper used to say, "I'm tired of talking. Time to do some fighting."
Yeah, I mean, Roman Reigns has gone 2 weeks. Roman Reigns has gone 2 weeks pulling probably a few of his best promos in his life, even though this week's was diminishing returns because he's using the same material again. But yeah, he has been doing it twice. Someone has to reply, and not Paul Heyman.
No,
sure, Paul Heyman delivered succinctly with his promo, because he did come out, he did his job, which is to promote the match with him and with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania, which he did. Yep. He played up the importance of the title belt. That's true. I especially love the line where he's about talking. Brock Lesnar allows me to put my hands on that title, and that one belongs to Brock Lesnar. I love that line.
Give it importance. Yes, I love when the title matters. This is why I love this Okada run, because the title matters.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same concept, guys. I love that the title matters. It doesn't happen often, but I think that so far, it's only been a couple weeks, they have done very well with this build.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Long may it continue.
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay. And then when Reigns wraps up, yeah, sure, he did comment about, you better make sure he doesn't come dressed for a promo segment. He comes dressed for a fight. Okay.
Sure.
He laid the
Brock's always wearing the same stuff, though.
Yeah,
sure, I get it.
Sure.
Yeah, Brock is always wearing
he's always wearing like a t-shirt and jogger pants.
Yeah, that's it. He doesn't come out wearing suit and tie or just something formal.
But I get it. I get the sentiment.
Yeah, the sentiment. He lays down the road, You want me to bitch slap you for the third time in 3 weeks? Come out here and respond like a man. That's it. That's what he is doing, and that's perfect. Sure, it's less.
But we also know that Brock can't really talk.
He can
He
in short
doesn't need
doses. He can
He
in short
doesn't need
doses, though.
He's terrible on the mic. He is absolutely terrible.
In short doses, he can talk.
Yeah, he doesn't need to. Like Ronda Rousey, you need to keep it short and sweet. That's it.
Exactly. I would argue that 90% of the roster should only talk in 3 minutes or less. These 20-minute promos are a disaster for the vast majority of the roster.
Only people who can hold the mic and put you in the palm of their hands.
And those guys are few and far between. And ladies are few and far between.
Few and far between.
So you're not wrong.
Give them short and simple, catchy phrases, maybe, or just short and sweet direct answers.
Yes.
And yeah, thank you for bringing it up. Heyman's suggestion that Sika may wind up hurt made no sense. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The
Believable.
Alpha WrestleMania, you might want to Sika. I mean,
it's
dumb.
I think
I want to seek another title, and I'm like, oh please. I was like, oh god, this has got to stop.
The moment I listened to that, I was saying, oh, Paul Heyman is suddenly going cheesy on us now.
Yeah,
it
doesn't fit his character. It doesn't fit anything.
Doesn't fit anything. I think he's just trying to say that just to get a buzz or reaction, but nothing happened. At the most, you're just embarrassing yourself with that one. But
yeah, that's you make yourself look kind of stupid when you say that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then we have considering that we're talking about 3 men, one of the men who Taker doesn't really like or Taker hates with a passion, The Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins. These 3 guys are going to wrestle for the Intercontinental title on WrestleMania. They had a segment.
Yeah, Seth Rollins is doing great work right now.
Oh, he is.
Agreed. And Finn Balor certainly got himself elevated with all this.
Yes, he has.
Although some people nitpick that he shouldn't really just come out with a grin on his face.
That would be me. I'd be one of those people.
Yeah. So, you and I think
smiling Finn Balor. I don't like it. I don't think it suits him.
Yeah. I think it's what you want to be a badass, and then suddenly you're coming out grinning from ear to ear like you're happy to be.
That's not the sense. That's not the sense I get from it.
Okay.
What I get from it is that Finn Balor's good. He knows he's good. It's a cocky, arrogant smile.
Really?
Put that spin on it and take a look at it then.
I think it works better if he's a heel. If that's the route they're going with.
I think that's the route they're going with it.
He is a babyface or he is a heel?
They're going to that he's slowly turning heel. Because we all know that the Good Brothers are heel. They've been a heel. They haven't really changed any of their shtick in the ring and how they do things. And he's been around them. Sooner or later, they're going to continue. They're going to start accompanying him out to the ring at all times.
Okay.
Like I said, the cocky, arrogant smile. It's not I'm happy to be there smile. It's the I'm good. I know I'm good. So fuck you. I'm going to smile about it.
I'm good. You're not. Smile.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now look at it.
I'm willing to give old Finn the benefit of the doubt.
Look at it that way. Look at it that way, George, and tell me I'm not wrong.
I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. So far, we'll see. I'll give it a couple weeks. I'm willing to see to view it through that prism. You know. So yeah. Okay.
I think Finn's the one going over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you? Okay. It wouldn't shock me. I think he needs a belt. I think Finn needs a belt.
Even though Miz is so close right now to breaking Pedro Morales' total days record.
So close. I mean, what would be more important?
Every year around this time, they try to do the thing where they make the mid-card belts matter. And then 3 months after WrestleMania, they don't matter again.
Yeah.
So I guess it's that time again.
That's how they wanted to build WrestleMania, right? Just elevate the title relevancy for about 2-3 weeks or 2-3 months, and then coming into WrestleMania, these titles matter.
But the thing about it is that if you think about it, let's look at Raw for a second. Okay. What's the only title that's been there consistently week after week, month after month?
The IC title.
Right. So that title should matter.
Should be.
Right now, it's the top belt. Right now, it's the top belt.
It has to be. It has to be.
Right now, it's the top belt on TV.
Intercontinental IC title
on the men's side. Absolutely.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
You know, and
that is the title that has the most credence and the most appearance on it.
Exactly.
I counter that with the U.S. title, but the U.S. title brings no credence.
No,
it does show up on.
It does show up on Smackdown, as does the WWE title. Shows up on SmackDown. The Universal title does not show up enough on Raw. That title, as far as I'm concerned, has been minimized because it's been on Brock for almost 18 months now. Brock's time is over. My personal opinion, he doesn't need to be re-signed. Get rid of him. He's held WWE hostage. He's holding the belt hostage. I'm done with him. I'm done.
I mean, I could see that. Okay, I could see that, considering that now WWE has a new toy to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I consider that because
Brock's not important anymore because Ronda's there. Ronda will be there more. I don't see her doing the Brock Lesnar thing at all.
Like I said, new toy that WWE can play with. They can put her on any spot that they can imagine because she's that big of a deal. Ronda Rousey signing with WWE creates a lot more buzz than Brock Lesnar returning back again for a third time.
They gotta have pockets, though. Yes.
And that's just about it.
Yes.
What am I listening?
I think that was George on his phone.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we're cutting it. Hey, this is what it is.
We heard you in the background on the phone.
Yeah, I'm getting some free basketball shorts, so I'm happy.
Oh, awesome! Okay.
Yeah, my mom and sister going to the store, and they said, "Do you want anything?"
Oh God, there's a lot of things that I can talk about there are highlights on Raw. Even the ridiculous one, like Braun Strowman's Symphony of Destruction match.
Sure,
that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Fun. Yeah.
And he destroyed another base. And he destroyed another base across
his back. Yeah,
across Elias's back again. I was like, oh my God! Yeah. And to hear the announced people, to hear Cole and Graves and Otunga just crack up.
They did.
They literally cracked the hell up.
And you know what? And you know what?
I love Braun Strowman.
I love it.
I love Braun Strowman.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is that makes it ridiculous, but it's ridiculously fun. I mean, these two guys are at their level best now with Elias and Strowman at level best.
Elias was 100% wrong on Elias. I will take the loss on that. I'll take the loss. I was dead wrong on this guy. He is. I mean, obviously, when the bell rings, nothing happens. But he's a good promo. He's super over.
He's solid in the ring.
He's good enough in the ring. Like
he's solid enough. Yeah.
This guy, this guy should get a mid card belt.
He should be.
Braun or Elias?
Elias.
I would love to see Elias destroy the Miz.
Elias Finn Balor, Elias Seth Rollins for the IC title coming out of WrestleMania.
Miz for the IC title.
Sure. Well, they're both heels. So,
but yeah, why not? You know, hell, Elias is more on the tweener route.
Yeah, Elias could turn right away. The way his character is scripted, that it would not be difficult for him to decide which side of the spectrum he wants to be on.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong there.
Yeah, because he can
play both sides of the fence, and he's brilliant at it. He's one of those people that can get the crowd in the palm of his hand and get it to do whatever he wants it to do.
No matter, yes.
I love the line where he says that music should bring us together, not tear us apart.
Yeah.
Which is so ridiculous, but then you're fighting Braun Strowman who's gonna smash everything on your body. So
who lives to kill things.
Yeah, who lives to kill things.
To see him trying to get away.
Yeah.
Elias trying to get away. And there's Braun having the back of the car up in the air going. And the look on Elias's face was like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
I done fucked up.
I done fucked up. It is at this moment that Elias knew he fucked up.
Yeah. Or the revelation finally dawned on him.
I honestly believe Braun had that car picked up.
Yeah, me too. I really do.
The car. He had the back end of that car.
Oh, it wouldn't shock me.
It wouldn't shock me.
Wouldn't shock me
It would
either.
not at all. I like Braun. He's over.
He's over.
He's over. I'm happy.
One more successful story. Even though you want to say that this is how WWE wants to book Braun Strowman based on the audience that they're doing now, which is in a bit of a children-esque kind of thing, and you want to see more adult. You want to see more adult, a more mature side of Braun Strowman. I think this is fine. This is fun as it is ridiculous. I mean, even if they want to throw one,
there is a shelf life.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure,
but he is charismatic enough that he can make it work.
Yeah, and
there is a shelf life to the gimmick.
Yeah, because the biggest question of all is when is enough enough? When is being corny, cheesy, ridiculous wrestling comedic gimmick run its course? Yeah.
Well, we could say that about Rusev.
Rusev is still.
Rusev has taken a lot of comedic shit that's been given to him, a lot of comedic chicken shit that's been given to him, and turned it into some of the best tasting chicken salad I've ever seen.
I love Rusev's meta character of I just don't give a fuck anymore.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Did you see? There's a YouTube video out there of him going over.
Is that Mrs. Taker in the background? We should have her on the show.
The problem is with that. I'd love to have her on. Don't get me wrong, but she's had cancer in the voice box and vocal cords, and sometimes her voice works, and other times it don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, she's beat it. And I mean, sometimes her voice works, and sometimes it don't. But yes, she's in the background.
Doing a 2-hour show would be tough.
Tough for her, yeah.
Very tough for her.
But what were you saying about the whole YouTube thing?
Rusev, Aiden English, and Lana are going over the U.S. title match with John Cena from 2015. I can't remember what pay-per-view it was.
Okay.
But he got so excited at one point he knocked the monitor off the table. And it's all there. It's like a 7-minute video, and it's hilarious as hell.
I mean, this guy, I don't know. I think outside of the ring, he's a lovable geek. I think he would.
He is.
He's a lovable geek.
Yeah. He's a lovable geek.
Which you can't help but just you're just a big teddy bear that everyone wants to hug and all that.
Yep.
Yeah, and okay, let's be realistic here.
I'm looking forward to the day he turns face, because that'll be.
He already is a face, but I mean, I know you're saying officially.
Yeah.
He's face now. He's getting face pops as it is.
Yes, just that WWE hasn't really officially made it official. But like I said, putting it on a realistic note, on a twist, Rusev hasn't won a title in already over a year now.
When he was U.S. champion last?
Yeah. When he was U.S. champion last. He hasn't won anything in a year. Hasn't won any major.
He's more over now than he was, and he's more over now than he was before then.
Correct.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, and the other person who shares this I don't know whether they call it famous or infamous thing, is Becky Lynch. She hasn't won anything since a year as well.
Who is this?
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch has been relegated to the sidelines for 18 months, though.
Yep.
And that really hasn't affected her status as a babyface.
No. She's like the last true babyface in the roster.
Yeah.
Wait, some people there's one person who's no longer part of the community that would say, well, what about Bayley? She's so good and nice and that. Oh, please.
No.
Bayley is coming.
No, Bayley is proof positive that what works in front of 400 neckbeards in Orlando it is not working in front of the main roster.
Although, did anybody notice her gear this week?
I did not. What was her gear?
Red, white, and black. No smiley faces, no hearts, no nothing.
It's coming, baby.
The heel, Bay heel is coming.
It's coming. I'm excited.
And she didn't really. She rejected the offer of a hug from Sasha Banks.
Yeah, she shoved Sasha away.
She shoved.
Literally,
she shoved her away 3 times.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shift of a character. It's a character shift. I can acknowledge that as much. Whether it leads to a turn in her character, Bay heel coming, we'll see. I mean, I look forward to watching Bailey turn heel. So,
oh, don't we all?
Yeah.
I think even George would be salivating at the amount to see Bailey go heel.
Yeah, absolutely. She needs a life preserver in the worst way. So why couldn't this be one, right?
I mean, Jesus, on this show we have what is known as the Bailey vow.
What's the Bailey vow? We don't talk about Bailey?
No, it's not that. It's that's how far people get buried. If you're buried, if you're thrown in the Bailey file, that means you're buried.
Oh yeah, no, she is.
She's been buried.
People, and some of it is her fault. Most of it is not.
No, and the thing about it is that that's the thing. That's the thing that I talk about with that torques me off sometimes. Something fierce.
Okay.
Is when you say buried, people get upset.
Yes.
But if you look at what's happened to her as her character,
we need to have a wrestling intervention with lingo, with lingo, because a lot of people use words incorrectly, like carry job. We need to have an intervention.
Carry job is a wrestler that's carrying a good wrestler carrying a piss poor wrestler.
Yes, yes.
I don't use the lingo very much because nobody understands it.
Exactly. Yeah, but people use it inappropriately, and it just irks me.
Okay.
I say Bailey's buried. She is. She's so far buried that you can't see the bottom of it or the top of it.
Yeah, she's agreed.
One point to ponder: she still gets pops. Is that relevant or still what?
She gets their sympathy pops, if anything.
I don't think it's. She gets entrance pops, but then no one cares about her matches.
She's getting booed.
Yep.
Okay.
She gets entrance pops, but then nobody gives a shit about her matches.
No, because it's the same shit every match. We all know if she's going to win, it's a Bailey to belly, which is nothing more than a fancy name for a belly to belly suplex.
Yeah.
I can see that. I mean, I don't deny the fact that Bailey's been misused in a sense.
Yes, she has been misused.
And she's one of them. She's one
of it is her own fault, guys. She can't cut a promo.
No, she can't.
That's no one else's fault but hers.
Okay. Because I can see that.
You know what? We can rail all day about the long promos, right? But the fact of the matter is, in order to succeed in the WWE, you need to be able to cut a 15-minute promo, and she can't. Now,
but hold on, I have an argument to that point.
But they are there.
To that point, George. I have an argument to that point.
Please.
Okay.
Roman can't cut a 15-minute promo either.
No, but they don't have him cut 15-minute promos anymore.
No. I mean, some of his best work was last year, Raw after Mania.
Yep.
It's 5 words or 6 words. This is my guard now.
But it took him a year. It took him 3 years to get to that point.
But yeah, and it also took him 12 minutes to say those 5 words.
Not
because every time he raised it, he was working the crowd. Raised the mic up, the crowd would go off.
What's his name? Did that in NXT?
Who?
Tommaso.
Tommaso Ciampa the same way.
You didn't even say anything. He just backed away.
Well, shit. Going back to my experience here, when WWE was here, The Miz was in the ring cutting the promo before his match.
Okay.
And it got to the point he put the mic up to his mouth. The whole house booed him out of the place. He put the mic over in front of the referee. We cheered. Put the mic in front of his wife, Maurice. We booed him out of the building. And all he wanted to say is, "I'm The Miz and I am awesome." That's all he wanted to say. And we wouldn't let him do it. He got it out, but we couldn't. Nobody heard it.
Yeah,
that's how much heat that guy got. That's what. Duh.
That's beautiful.
It is.
That's beautiful.
And yes, Roman still can't cut from that much.
But they have to be short. He cannot do the 15-minute promo.
I mean, it's amazing. Like, you have these guys who are good at certain things and bad at other things, and you have them do the things they're bad at. Why was Asuka cutting a long promo 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was? She's not good at it. She's good at everything else. She's not good at one thing, so you have her do the one thing she's not good at.
And then you have Alexa cut a promo on her about that your English is so bad, is not your first language, so I will talk. I was like, oh, you racist little slut.
Excusez-moi de French.
Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Coming in white hot. I like it.
Yeah, you know me. I don't call
fuck
it as
around.
I see it. I call it as I see it.
You do not fuck around. It's a
no, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't get on very many podcasts because I am hot take son of a. I'm a hot take son of a bitch sometimes, and I'm passionate. I am passionate.
It is good stuff.
It is.
I am passionate that was a racist promo, and that leads me to my biggest argument of the week.
Okay.
Nice segue there, huh, MDS?
I like it.
Yeah.
My big argument of the week is why is there so many people wanting Charlotte versus Asuka for the SmackDown title at Mania when Asuka's story has already been started with the racist promo?
Well, not just the racist promo. A lot of things happened before that as well. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. Why?
Story has been developed.
Why is the internet wrestling community clamoring for this match? Somebody explain it to me, please.
Because the internet wrestling community is stupid. That's the answer to everything.
All week on the community that MDS and I belong to, and you've been there but haven't been there in a while, George.
Mm-hmm.
I have been arguing with people, telling them they're out of their mind. They're saying, "No, Nia needs to squash Alexa." Like, so we have a squash match, a 30-second squash match. Nia gets the strap off of Alexa. Well, Nia's not ready for this, but that's what you're telling me that needs to be done.
I would not put the belt on Nia Jax.
No,
she's not ready for it. She's not a good wrestler, guys.
No, she's not.
She's not a good wrestler.
But the thing is, they say, "Oh, okay." So the reason you guys are saying this is because she's Dwayne's cousin.
It's the only she's not a good wrestler.
That's
she's
the only
reckless
reason
and sloppy and a bad wrestler.
Because
pull.
That's the only reason Nia is in the WWE is because of Dwayne.
What?
I can't. I'll pull the fact that she's one part of a wrestling. She's a part of a wrestling family. It's just that I don't want that to cloud my decision making. She's not ready. Basically, she's just not ready. I mean, I could take a risk on her if I wanted to put the strap on her. It's just that.
Yeah, but that'll.
There's a lot more risk than reward.
They will take so much away from that title.
There's so much more risk than reward. Like I said, I do the whole take a risk and try on something new that people are an outlandish idea or two. It's just that at some point or time, I have to think about what risk and reward. What benefits me more and just, well, let's just put the title on this person and try and see what happens. I mean,
here's what I see. Here's what I would like to see. I'd like to see Asuka take the title from Alexa.
Uh-huh.
We all know that Alexa is terrified of Asuka. We already know this.
Yes.
Okay.
That is a given.
Mm-hmm.
Asuka takes the title from Alexa. Okay, fine. There was a rematch the Monday afterwards, the Monday night, blah, blah, blah. That's over, done with.
Yep.
Alexa's out of the picture. They can start the side feud with Alexa and Nia because Nia was body shaming, or Alexa was body shaming Nia last Monday night, making Nia cry.
Mm-hmm.
There's that. Okay. Then we can start. Then all of a sudden we see the change of Bayley going heel, and she's going after Asuka because those two could put on a hell of a match. We know this. We've seen it. I've seen 3 matches with those people, those two, and they're all great. But Bayley needs to turn heel and become obsessed with ending Asuka's streak and taking the title.
So here's so who ends?
You go into SummerSlam or even the Survivor Series, and Bay heel takes the title off Asuka and gets the rub for taking the streak.
Wow.
Okay.
I like it. Never thought of it. I like it.
Okay. So in this case, Nia Jax is a face.
Yes, Nia Jax is the face.
Okay.
Would she be put in the would she put in the mid card that I don't know, non-existent, or just she's there and thereabouts along with the title match?
What do you mean?
Where would she be placed if she was a face? Would she be the face that is just there in order to build the undercard for the whole title division, or just be around?
I see her as that. I see her as a gatekeeper. I think she could fill that role and be a damn good carpenter if they would let her. Because I don't see her ever being a main event caliber or champion caliber wrestler. I just don't. She's got bad knees. She's got a bad shoulder and bad back. The bad knees come from that head-on collision she was in with her mother.
Ow.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
She's reckless, too.
Not so much anymore. She's not so much reckless anymore. I think the injury, the inadvertent injury to Bailey has, calmed her down. Because she's not doing the real risky stuff anymore.
I mean, there is also one precedent that I could see why people are clamoring for Nia versus Alexa.
Why?
The whole body shaming, thing that Nia wants to get her comeuppance against Alexa. I mean, okay, we'll mitigate the whole known fact that she's bad at wrestling. She's bad at wrestling. Let's mitigate that fact. In a storyline sense, wouldn't that be as permissible as well? Nia feels offended and wants to regain her honor or trust or whatever back. Just getting up against a bully like Alexa. Wouldn't that also be something of worth?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Alexa is the bully in this instance.
Yeah.
But we've, like you said, George, the internet wrestling community is stupid.
Yes. Never forget this, boys.
They want Charlotte versus Asuka. I'm like, no.
Never forget this, boys.
That is the wrong match. That is the wrong match for WrestleMania. We have to, have the racists defeated.
Oh.
Because we've had it happen twice where the racist won. Once with Triple H and Booker T.
Oh, God.
Once with Jinder Mahal Nakamura.
Oh, God. Yeah, you're not wrong.
So
you're not wrong, my friend.
And this promo that Alexa cut was quasi-racist. Because she was basically making fun of someone for their heritage because her English is not their first language. Is Asuka embellishing that? I highly doubt it. She's never really been good with, even in NXT, she wasn't good on the mic with English.
Basically, no. Her mic work isn't her strong suit, even as Kana.
No.
Which I would love to see that paint.
English is not her primary language. That's understandable.
Yeah, it's understandable. And number two, in the background of Japanese Joshi wrestling, cutting a promo isn't your primary concern.
No, it's not.
No, it's in the ring work.
Yes.
So, in a sense, sure, some people might see that as racist, but to Asuka, it's just another day, and another person who mocks my speaking skills.
Well, see, that's
promo cutting skills on the mic. Let's see how
self-deprecating style. That is a self-deprecating way that most Japanese people are. You yourself have brought this up.
It's like you said, it's a quasi-racist thing. To some people, it might seem that. It might seem offensive. It might seem.
I saw it that way. I saw it that way.
It wouldn't. I'm not going to argue with you. Yeah. I thought it was offensive.
I saw the same thing. I said the same thing when Jinder Mahal did it to Nakamura.
I thought it was worse. I thought what Jinder did was worse. But I thought
they
were both bad.
Yeah, and they let the racists win.
Clean,
even, which is please. I'm so.
No, you're not wrong, my friend.
I'm so worked up right now.
You're not wrong. It's just that it doesn't. The whole feud between Asuka and Alexa doesn't necessarily have to dangle against what? Against Asuka getting offended that Alexa is mocking her. No. It's just not that. You just I think in the sense that the biggest story that you want to put out is that Alexa is this big huge bully. She'll do anything it takes to demean you, denigrate you, put you down. and people just want to see her get kicked or get her comeuppance. That person, Asuka. That's it.
Madeline, I'm not saying I'm okay with Alexa body shaming Nia because I'm not. Okay, but the initial story has already been started with the racist comment towards Asuka.
Like
I'm not saying anybody's better or worse than but I mean, there's got to be a line. There's got to be a line of demarcation here, and that story with the racist comments that were made by Alexa was started prior to the body shaming bullshit that went on in the back. Nia will get her hands on Alexa eventually. The one big problem that the WWE has had with Nia and Alexa is that it's not the first time Alexa has done it. I didn't like it the first time. I haven't liked it any time, but Nia always seems to go back to Alexa's corner. That's the issue I've been having.
Eventually, she's going to snap, though, and destroy Alexa. So I'm okay with it for the time being.
Yeah.
But I'm not okay with the body shaming shit.
Neither am I. I'm definitely not okay with it. And I will call people out. I will call men out in wrestling for being out of shape all day. I have no problem with that. I will not do it for women because there is a much stronger correlation between body shaming a woman and her having an eating disorder than there is between men.
Yeah.
So I will not. I'm never going to call a woman. I'm never going to call a woman fat or out of shape like I do with the men. I'll say that Nia is reckless.
I'll say that Nia has poor cardio.
All day, yeah. But there are small wrestlers who have poor cardio.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan has poor cardio. And Liv Morgan's like 110 pounds. So
$120.
And Kevin Owens is a big dude. He doesn't have poor cardio.
No.
So it's a principle. It's just a matter of it's not a threshold I want to cross personally on the women's side.
Like I said,
it feels very scummy. And in a world where girls are told that they don't look good and then have developed eating disorders because of it, I'd like not to contribute to that in whatever way I can. And if you want to call me a hypocrite for it, then fine. I'll own it. Whatever. I'll wear it. But
I'm not saying you're a hypocrite.
I'm not saying you are either. But I'm saying if anyone says, well, George, you make fun of the guys all the time. Yeah, I do. But I'm not going to do it with the women. I'm not doing it.
The thing about it is that we as guys can take it, we take it for what it is. It's just shit talking.
Not even that. It's just that.
Not even that.
I know women. I just know women who have been told their whole lives they look like crap, and then it leads down a very dark path. And I don't want to contribute to that.
I agree. I don't either. And
I don't like Nia Jax as a wrestler. I think she's a mediocre wrestler and a bad promo.
I will agree.
So, but I am looking forward to her destroying Alexa. So,
me too.
If that happens,
that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Because I think the only, not the only, I think the positive that can happen if Nia faces Alexa with title or without title is that, she's getting her comeuppance come what may.
Yes.
Depending on who gives the whole comeuppance to Alexa. One option you have Nia, the other option you have Alexa, Asuka. That's it.
Yes.
The story, I think it's more because the story between and I'm going to skip on the whole quasi-racist thing is that the quasi-racist promo is that the story that has formed between Alexa and Asuka has already been established. It's only been too early, a little bit too early for Nia Jax's storyline to come up, leading to WrestleMania. But then again, I may be proven wrong because we only have 8 more shows in between Raw and SmackDown for things to change. There's 8 more
4 weeks.
Yeah,
and here lies the problem with the instant gratification society we live in. There's not I agree with George what you said on the pre-show. There shouldn't be any pay-per-views between Rumble and Mania. Between Rumble and Mania, there shouldn't be.
There should not be.
I can
live with one. I can live with one in February, but I don't like that there's 2. But I would prefer there to be none. Give your shows a nice, super long build.
Because
you have 40 fucking writers on staff and the best roster top to bottom in the world.
Yep. Hell, that's
you guys can figure it out.
Hell, that's what made
we'll wind up with a 6 to 8 hour Mania, but you know what?
We'll
it
get
would be
that
well
anyways.
worth it. We'd be well worth it if the stories were built properly.
Exactly.
That's what make Wrestle Kingdom 12 so good. The build.
Exactly.
Whole build from it, from start.
Well, even though I put I'm going to say this. We were saying in the pre-show that we weren't going to talk about NJPW, but I guess we're going to. Is that
No, you know, it's, I mean,
no.
no.
I'm going to give them credit. They have only like 6 big shows a year.
Exactly. And they fill the rest with tag matches and stuff.
Right. They need, the tournaments they have and all that other, but the big main shows like Wrestle Kingdom, they have
But
all this.
next year they're moving to like 12 pay-per-views total.
Mm-hmm.
They're ending the brand split pay-per-views, so that it is a welcome respite, on the road to overcluttering the shows.
Yep. Okay.
We just had, they went from 12 to 17 or 18.
Yeah, so many.
And it was like, I'm getting burnt out on it.
Yeah, every 2 weeks. And the writers are getting burned out and the talent's getting burned out. And it's like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah, but I agree with you on the no pay-per-views between.
I wouldn't have any.
It's
between Mania and between the Rumble and Mania. Wouldn't have a pay-per-view.
Because
I would rely on your television to build your stories. And if you're going to have a better TV match, great. I don't think anybody would be opposed to that.
Better matches on Raw and SmackDown.
Not a damn thing wrong with that.
No. Because then they'll have time to build the feuds that need to be built.
Exactly. Give these feuds a chance to breathe.
Yeah. Give it time.
God, I miss the long arc stories. I really do.
Yeah. And let us and they're gone forever. The year-long stories, the 2-year-long stories. They're
gone.
They're using WrestleMania 4 to set up WrestleMania 5. Like that stuff. That stuff.
I think the last time they did that was the rematch between The Rock and John Cena.
Yep.
And that match was announced the night
after.
The night after Raw.
The Monday Night Raw after
WrestleMania. Yeah.
Yep. That match was announced.
Mm-hmm.
And it built over an entire year. And that match was great. Yes, Brock hurt himself in the match.
Yeah.
But still,
so
it was a great build. It was a great match all the way up, all the way through.
Uh-huh.
You're right.
Uh-huh. Oh, there's a lot of things that were missed.
Yeah. And Madeline, I'm not saying, let's see. I don't like body shaming either. Both of them are wrong. I didn't say I don't like Nia. I like Nia. I just don't. Her skills in the ring are limited. I see her getting her shot at Alexa, but it's not going to be at Mania. And that's body shaming is horrible. Like you said, George, it's horrible. It's been going on far too long in this country.
It is. It is unnecessary on the women's side. It's the cheapest of heat.
Mm-hmm.
It
is, and
yeah. What that means? What Alexa did is equally as wrong on Nia.
It is equally as wrong as the racist comments. It's equal. They're equal. But the thing about it is that the timing could not have been worse. That's the whole problem. The timing is wrong. The timing is wrong. Totally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. We got anything else, boys, before I get out of here?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
I mean, we could touch on quick on NXT.
Sure, let's talk about NXT. And then a good note.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I heard the Black Dane match tore the house down.
Yes. You know what was great? Great?
Mm-hmm.
And Killian Dane is awesome because he is a big guy who wrestles like a big guy. As much fun as the big guy who does the flippy shit is, sometimes you just want a big, mean dude who wrestles like a big, mean guy. He's like such an old school heel with his like big ass ugly face and his hairy body and his big old body, and he wrestles like an old school heel. And I love him. He's awesome. I love him.
You know what I can't wait to see? And you're gonna scream with delight, George.
I'm ready. I'm taking a deep breath.
Killian Dane heel versus Braun Strowman to face.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
That is just
right.
too big.
Chop that shit up, put it on the mirror, give me a little dollar bill rolled up, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
That would be just two big dudes literally beating the shit out of each other.
I love big guys beating the shit out of each other. I'm a very simple man, gentlemen. Real
Yes,
simple.
you are. You have proven that a lot of times.
Big ugly guys beating the shit out of each other makes me very happy.
Mm-hmm.
And neither one of them, going down.
Yeah.
Strowman punches
Braun
Dane in the
Strowman.
face. He just stands there. He laughs at him. He turns
Exactly.
around and slugs Braun in the
That's all you got? Okay.
They're both on their knees, refusing to go down, slugging each other.
Yeah. Beautiful. Plus, Killian Dane is really, really, really great.
Yeah.
He's very great.
Mm-hmm.
I love this guy.
And I'd say that it is good. It's one-sided, but that's just what Killian Dane should be doing. Dominate the action from start to finish.
Exactly.
He's a big guy.
He should wrestle like a big guy. You know what? We don't need any more big. And I love Keith Lee, and I love Donovan Dijak, and I love the big guys who do flippy shit. There's a place for them. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes just a big old ugly guy, and he is wrestle like a big old ugly guy, and that makes me happy.
One more big ugly guy.
Like what the hell was that match I gave you with
Walter and Ivan Dragunov?
No.
Yes.
The match I gave George.
With the from the 70s, the cage match?
No, not the cage match. The was it Inoki would shoot?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Inoki and
The Great Antonio.
Yeah.
The Great
Oh
Antonio.
yeah. It was just he wrestles like a big guy, and then Inoki just kicks him in the head over and over again. Yeah.
Yes.
Good stuff too.
Yeah.
And was given the match too.
God. There's a lot of things.
Because the Great Antonio wasn't selling shit.
You know what? You don't fuck with Antonio Inoki like that.
Nope. Not at all.
Nope.
Just no.
Because he will kill you.
Even if he's a politician now, you don't really mess with Antonio.
No matter. With his little scarf, he'll kill you.
Yep. There's a little scarf, his big chin protruding out.
Mm-hmm.
You don't mess with the chin, my friend.
No, you don't. You are not wrong, my friend.
One more point in contention: Tommaso Ciampa.
Yep.
Is being a beauty.
He is.
I don't care whether you guys are haters of Tommaso Ciampa.
I love Tommaso.
It's a
I have a
thing of beauty.
Tommaso Ciampa t-shirt from the Indies.
Sal, you can kill me now.
I wore it to work. It was great. I'm now. My
now.
question is for me. I'll be at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Now Saturday night, do I go to Ring of Honor and I see Cody and Kenny Omega, or do I go to NXT and what probably will be a unbelievably great Tommaso versus Gargano match?
Which will be
that's a tough choice. That's
a non-sanctioned match, so which means it's going to be a war. Tables, kendo sticks, ladders.
I'm thinking, my buddy and I are thinking that we'll go to Ring of Honor and turn our phones off, and then go back to the hotel and just turn the network on, and try to watch Ring of Honor unspoiled. But there may be something. There may be something to being in that building, and there may be some magic in that building because the Gargano is unbelievable. Obviously, you don't need me to wax poetic on Johnny Gargano, but Tommaso is on a roll right now, character-wise.
Oh, he is.
He's nailing all the character development.
He is, and he looks good. He looks great, nailing every single part of it.
Yep.
He comes in looking good. He comes out looking better.
Yep.
Even as a heel.
When ain't wrong, my friend.
When people get to the point where they just hate your guts, when you get out from the whole thing, congratulations,
guys.
You just won.
He's doing his job as a heel.
That's
he pisses you off, and you pay money to see him get beat.
Yes, that's why we're here.
That is the job of the heel, to get you so pissed off that you want to see the purest of baby faces kick the ever-loving shit.
And you know what?
Out of the heel.
People talk about shades of gray, and and this is not a shade of gray feud. It is the blackest of black versus the whitest of white, and I don't mean skin color. It is an evil man.
Hey,
a really great guy.
His shirt literally even says Black Heart.
Yeah,
so, his alignments where his alignments are.
Guys,
I say this all the time.
Wrestling can be really simple. It doesn't have to be complicated, right?
I agree.
This is a case study as to how simple is great. You have a really good guy and a really bad guy, and you want to see the good guy beat the shit out of the bad guy.
Yep.
Great.
And people pay the money to see it.
Great.
Let's pay money to see the good guy beat the bad guy.
Think about it, George. Look at the cage match I sent you.
Yep, you're right. That crowd was on fire.
Two good guys, Bruiser and Crusher, left 3 bad guys laid out in a freaking cage.
That's great. And
That's sick.
A football stadium where the people were jumping up and down.
Yes, Soldier Field.
Yeah. So
I should say old Soldier Field.
Yeah.
Not the new one.
It's guys, this is as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. But there's nothing wrong with simple. This is a simple feud. And it it is probably the best feud going right now. In the world.
Supposedly.
In the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can say that.
New Japan can't touch this, and I love New Japan. Love New Japan. But in terms of an actual feud, now some of that is the timeline. It's kind of a lull. They just had a show, so it's kind of a lull before they build up to the next show.
Yep.
But
considering
this is the best stuff in wrestling right now is Gargano and Ciampa.
Yep. I mean,
they're the Bruiser Crusher. They're the Bruiser and Crusher versus the Black Chicks of 2018.
Yeah, absolutely. All four Hall of Famers, 4 all-timers that you just mentioned, by the way, in those 4 names.
And those 2 are just doing the whole thing. And
Gargano is the babiest baby face who ever babied, and Tommaso is the heeliest heel who ever healed. And guys, this doesn't have to be hard.
You would pay your money to see that match.
This doesn't have to be hard.
But then again, you have to divide your time between whether you get Cody and Omega or
it's tough. Tough challenge. It is a tough challenge.
I hate
This is coming from the one who saw Omega Jericho.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It is tough. I cannot.
Omega Jericho. Well, he saw Omega Jericho. I saw Omega Jericho live.
Yeah, you were there. I mean, it's tough. We'll see. I mean, I haven't decided yet. My buddy
don't forget, George, to get your recording device.
Oh, you're right. I'm going to try to go to an independent show and get an interview with a wrestler.
Yeah.
Taker suggested that, and I think it's a great idea.
Okay. That's fun to do.
Even a little quick one.
Yeah. I mean, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's real quick. Just
you might be able to get it from a AAW show for crying out loud, too.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I hope so.
Wouldn't be surprised if you got it.
We'll see. So,
all right, George, I know you got to go.
I got to run, boys. It was an honor and a privilege. Let me get a plug in real quick.
Where can they find you?
At G Atsavis, GATSA, V as in Victor, ES on Twitter. My podcast is at 2 Guys 1 Sport, the number 2, the number 1. We stream live every Thursday, 9/8 Central. Gentlemen, thank you again.
Thank you for being here.
Enjoy the rest of your day/night. And I'll be on with you after WrestleMania. I'll give you guys a WrestleMania post game show. What it was like in the building.
Okay. Good enough.
All right. Bye, gentlemen. Bye, Mrs. Takers.
Bye, Mrs. Taker.
Good luck.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay. Oh.
We need to wrap this up then.
Sure. A little bit early on the end, but hey.
Hey, you know what?
We deserve it.
Yep.
Do we? Sure. I mean, okay.
We deserve it.
Oh, God. Okay. Answering questions. I haven't seen Omega Jericho. Was it good? Check it out for yourself. It's actually quite excellent.
It's on New Japan World. Probably archived somewhere there.
Archived somewhere. Or syndicated anywhere. You can search it online. Probably find it.
Probably find parts of it on YouTube.
Yep. Don't go Curtain Jerker. Too late. He already left. Can't say much about it, Melman. I am so sorry. He has prior engagements to deal with.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
I wish him luck.
Yeah. I am wishing. Okay. Quick wrap up. Okay. The one producing the MMC is, in fact, Ryan Ward. Okay.
I knew it.
Is, in fact, Ryan Ward. I'm still looking forward to Fastlane just because, and my reasonings are still the same, just because the whole stick about the road to WrestleMania will be much, much clearer. For me, anyways. I don't know about you guys, but hey, at least every single plan, every single match card will be laid out as nicely as it could. I mean, I try not to jump the shark and just be crazy about my own fantasy booking, but hey, that was me. That is me anyways. But hey. Well, and of course, there's also one other note. Holy shit, former Bear Chris Gedney has passed away. As you said. Well, that is something. So there is that. I mean, okay. I mean, other than that, let's just wrap this up then, shall we?
Sorry, I had to kiss the wife goodbye because she's heading to work.
Okay. Head to work. It's okay.
No.
Okay. Anyway, you said that former Bears Chris Gedney passed away?
Yes, he was 43 years old.
Wow.
Or 47 years old.
Condolences.
Unknown as to how or what he died from. She says bye.
Am I supposed to say bye? Bye. Anyways, I'm not here. Sure, bye. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, she has to go to work.
Okay. And okay. So he passed away due to unknown reasons yet, but
they have not stated as to what his cause of death was. They're not saying.
Okay. Condolences to them. I think
he was a tight end with Syracuse and a tight end with the Bears.
Okay. At least being a part of your favorite team, he passed away with honors then.
Yes.
In your eyes. So.
Yes.
Anyway, I mean, okay. Let's just quickly wrap this up. Where can they catch you, Taker?
You can find me at Takers_Minion on Twitter. You can always find me on K-Side Seats in the daily more and in the nightly now more days. I'm spending more time on there, having more fun. Don't forget to catch our affiliated shows. Two Guys One Sport. They're unaffiliated, but they're our sister show. Two Guys One Sport. You also don't want to forget Don Sal, who might have been a guest today, but I guess he couldn't make it.
Yeah, he could. It's okay.
He's got over on Cedar Bridge Media called Match Fixing.
Yep.
We can't forget Conrad Thompson's 2 podcasts a week. One is What Happened When with Conrad Thompson and Bruce Pritchard. And the other one is what the heck? Do I have them wrong?
What? No,
I can't remember the second one now.
Okay, you have What Happened When, and you have Something to Wrestle.
Something to Wrestle is with Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson. What Happened When is with Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson.
There you go. So you got it correct.
They're on the MLW radio network.
Yep, they are. I mean, okay. You should have left that to me. Anyway.
You can get the rest.
Okay. Then you have your Cage Side Seats affiliated podcast. You have Bitter Boys Club with Brent Brookhouse and Ethan Page. You have Not Your Demographic with Stunning Stella and Enigma Erin. Keeping Up with the Kayfabe, Mark Riley, Jody May Esquire, and Jack King are doing that. And as well, Bros Before Elbows with Anthony, Farron, and Tommy. Of course, aside from that, we already have run down all the unaffiliated podcasts, Two Guys One Sport, Violent Wrestling Podcast, Match Fixing, and hopefully so, Wednesday Night Shootin'. Of course, hopefully
and
that.
We cannot forget Ringside Geeks with the guest from last week, Ms. Monroe, along with Tom, John, and Dave. And then there is For the Love of Wrestling, where John and Monroe have our own podcast. That Ringside Geeks is available at atomicgeeks.com. And For the Love of Wrestling is on Audio Boom.
Yep, both of them. Even if you can't really catch everything on air and whatnot, just catch a few bits and pieces, even though it just open your mind to a little bit about a lot more varied opinions about wrestling. Of course, let's not forget Roundhouse Wrestling as well.
Right.
Please stick to your name, any kind of name. I just my goodness, it has been.
We also forgot the Violent Wrestling Podcast.
Oh shit. I mean, of course, okay, with
Prince Moxley Lopez and Ambrose Alley, the infamous Ambrose Alley.
Yep. Mox is currently having family. Should I call family issues or just
family illness?
Family illness, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I think that's more appropriate. He has some things that he needs to take care of back home, so wish him
when their
luck.
show's going to be on again.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So we'll just wait. Stay tuned and all that. Yeah, stay tuned and all that. I mean, yeah, this is episode 35, Shootin' the Breeze, a molasses ride on the highway of the quick.
Yep.
That's what I call Fastlane, a highway of the quick. But somehow it's so slow that I can't really see what's happening.
I mean, a snail's going faster than this.
Of course.
Anyway. Episode 35 is done and over with.
Done and over with. It's in the history books.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Yep. I am Mr. Dr. Senju. That is TakersMinion. Bid you adieu. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.